virtually through our live stream. While the day is one of joy and celebration, the ceremony itself calls for dignity and decorum. We ask that you please silence your phones. To ensure a smooth and respectful ceremony, we request that guests refrain from moving around the auditorium during the proceedings, including taking photographs. Professional photos will be taken of each graduate as they walk across the stage when their names are called. Thank you for your understanding and cooperation in making this ceremony a memorable and dignified event for our graduates. Esteemed guests and colleagues, if you are able, please rise for the processional and remain standing for the opening cry of the Verger Pro Tem and the national anthem.
Greetings. The Dickinson School of Law was founded in 1834 to prepare students of law thoroughly for the practice of their profession and to afford others the means of such general instruction in the science of law as is deemed indispensable to every Finnish scholar and useful to every American. This company has been convened to confer scholastic degrees. By direction of the Board of Trustees of the Pennsylvania State University and the faculty of Penn State Dickinson Law, I declare this convocation open. If able, would everybody please remain standing as the law school's a cappella group, Hearsay, performs the national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you for that lovely rendition. You may all be seated. You have to love when you are the dean of a law school that has its own a cappella group. You know you are living right. So I am absolutely pleased to welcome you to this phenomenal celebration of remarkable people who, yes, will change the world, but before that, they've changed all of us for the better. I am pleased to welcome all of you to our commencement ceremony for LLM and JD degree recipients for Penn State Dickinson Law's class of 2026. You will do better. So, before we get started, I would like the class of 2026 to stand up and recognize the people who got you here. Stand up and applaud your kinfolk. So it's at this time I ask you to sit down because I was initially going to issue a challenge, but they already got the memo. But I did see some people who think maybe because of our environment here, we have to be a little more reserved. So now, here is the challenge. For all of our kinfolk and family and partners and friends and booze, I would like you all to stand up and show the class of 2026 how to do this. Okay, so throughout this ceremony, you have your assignment. It is to make the rafters of this building shake, because that's the kind of joy we are here to celebrate. Let me tell you. Yes, keep on, come on. So you can tell just by that opening, we love your humans. And that's what we have in common. We act in concert because we celebrate the class of 2026 for being remarkable. For being brilliant. And for being just a little bit, savvy. Yes. And they're savvy because they've navigated curriculum. They've navigated extracurricular responsibilities. They've engaged in leadership. They have solved problems within and without the walls of Penn State Dickinson Law. They have shown us how to respond to change. But we're celebrating them here today because this road has not been easy. This road has been winding, shifting, sometimes torturous. Right, you got that? That was the joke. But through that, they dug deep, they channeled the positive energy, they leaned on each other. And it's no mistake that they are sitting side by side, elbow to elbow. This is how they have walked the path of law school together. They've not always agreed, but the elbows have been together. These individuals, we're gathered together in joy to celebrate them But I'm going to tell you, they are going into one of the hardest disciplines, hardest professions in life. They've prepared themselves to intervene to solve the problems of others. They have taken on the responsibility to meet people where they are on the toughest days of those people's lives. They have pledged to give of themselves in defense of the United States Constitution. They have promised to push us as a society toward a rule of law in which all people have access to it. They have determined on their terms how to represent the most vulnerable among them. These are your humans. These are our graduates. We will follow you to the ends of the earth in this profession. And we also promise to learn from you, because you are the ones who are going to be out in this new world. To our graduating class of 2026, we celebrate your remarkable accomplishments. We glory in your spunk. Your experience at Penn State Dickinson Law has been distinctive. During your years, you have faced moments of change and challenge within these walls, but outside of them as well. I personally thank you for walking that path with me. We are deeply proud of the way you've met those moments. We're proud of how you've grown to be scholars, colleagues, and future members of the legal profession. Today, we are honored to recognize and celebrate both JD and LLM program candidates. I, on behalf of our faculty and staff, revel in what you will do in the legal profession. But you must know we are here for you. We are always here for you. Again, I want to recognize the family. And before I sit down, family and friends, I really want you to show exactly how today is going to run. Please applaud the class of 2026. Well done. It is now my pleasure to introduce Penn State University's Senior Vice Provost and Interim Dean of Undergraduate Education, Dr. Kathleen Bischke. Dr. Bischke joined the Office of Faculty Affairs in August 2017 and became part of the office of the Executive Vice President and Provost in July 2024 when she was named Senior Vice Provost. In this role, she leads both the Office of Faculty Affairs and the Office of Undergraduate Education, supporting faculty, academic leadership, and undergraduate education across the university. A longtime member of the Penn State community, she has served on the faculty since 1991 and is a professor of education. She has held several key leadership roles at Penn State, including Administrative Fellow for the Executive Vice President and Provost, Head of the Department of Educational Psychology, Counseling, and Special Education, and Interim Dean of the Schreyer Honors College. I'm so happy that Kathy is here because she stewarded and shepherded me here when I first arrived in 2019 to be Dean of Penn State Dickinson Law. I feel very honored that she is here, and I cede the floor, the podium, to Dr. Bischke.
Thank you, Dean Conway. It is a momentous day today filled with celebration, achievement, and recognition, and it is an absolute honor to be here with you and share this special occasion. Graduates, I commend you for your perseverance, your resilience, and your dedication throughout your legal education. Your success is a testament to your hard work and determination. We are proud of each and every one of you. In the style of Dean Conway, please join me in applauding this exceptional group of Penn State learners. Thank you. Today we celebrate an impressive cohort of students who have enriched the intellectual and civic life of Penn State University. Your work has advanced Penn State's mission to make a positive impact on the world and address critical social challenges. You have expanded access to justice, strengthened public understanding of public legal issues, and collaborated across disciplines to support entrepreneurship, veterans' health, security, digital innovation, and much more. Reaching this milestone required sacrifice and dedication. I want to extend our heartfelt gratitude to your partners, families, and friends who supported you along the way. On behalf of Penn State, thank you to the families, friends, faculty, and staff. Students, join me in thanking your audience. Class of 2026, you have demonstrated the capacity to drive progress and positively influence our state, nation, and world. As you join the ranks of Penn State Dickinson Law alumni, you enter a distinguished community of attorneys, judges, legislators, scholars, and business leaders. Congratulations on behalf of the university to each and every one of you on this incredible achievement. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bischke. And thank you for your strong support of me, our law school, our faculty, staff, our students, but especially our graduates. I would like to introduce our LLM student speaker, Ilse Ambrasa. Ilse was selected by her classmates to deliver remarks. A Fulbright scholar, Ilse joins Penn State Dickinson Law from Latvia. During her studies, she has been actively involved in the Intellectual Property Clinic. She holds both a bachelor's and a master's degree in law from the University of Latvia prior to joining Penn State Dickinson Law. She serves as an advisor at the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands and as a senior lawyer at the Ombudsman's Office of the Republic of Latvia. Please welcome Ilse to the stage.
Good morning. It is my great honor to represent the LLM group of 2026 of the Penn State Dickinson Law. It feels like just yesterday when we met for our first time during orientation. From our very first questions about where you're from, what's your background, until today, when we celebrate accomplishments and friendships that will last forever. Today on this stage, I'm not standing alone. I stand with 22 Masters of Law and amazing attorneys. Rabia, Fatou, Farouk, Usman, Joel, Eleni, Alicia, Femi, Fazia, Mahub, Fasiha, Daniel, Mielma, Tatev, Haley, Ivan, Sri, Farah, Muhammad, Apollonia, and Mirazim. Please rise, and they deserve a round of applause. It has been a pleasure to be here with you and celebrate our incredible life stories, being international students in the United States. One might ask, how do we measure success in law and life? There are a lot of ways to bring us together. Hard work, persistence, and maybe a little bit of luck. But most importantly, it is in the kindness and support that we show ourselves and others. One of our professors always ended our class saying, "Be good to yourself and others." By overcoming our differences and working together as a team, we can go far in upholding the rule of law in times of great uncertainty. Stop telling yourself it's not meant for you, but instead focus on what it can mean to you. We lose every opportunity we don't take. So instead of holding back, why don't you ask yourself, what if I am the one who can make a change? Legal education teaches us how to stand up for what is right, even when it is difficult. It teaches us to see both sides of an argument while at the same time upholding justice. We must never lose our unique fire, our compassion to those who seek our help, and integrity that in every challenge that life brings our way. Graduation is not an ending, but a start to a new journey, and we will meet again along the way. To our dear Penn State Dickinson Law, thank you for being our home for past 10 months. You opened your doors to us with kindness and curiosity. Soon enough, our school became our home, although our homes are thousands of miles away. To Amy, to Kristin, to all the faculty and administrative staff, thank you for being our family and support. Our law school demands excellence from its future attorneys, but thankfully, it also provides smiles, homemade cookies in the kitchen, and well wishes throughout the exam period. We would like to thank our distinguished professors our distinguished professors for your dedication, knowledge, and kindness. Thank you for believing in us and challenging us to step out of our comfort zones. You taught us that behind every case, there's a human, and behind every rule, there is a story. You empowered us that if we have a dream, there is nothing we cannot achieve in the field of law, to find our own way and never take rejection for an answer. We will take these lessons along with us, not only in our legal careers and in bar exam, but also in life. Congratulations to our fellow JD students. You are awesome. Thank you for accepting us. Thank you for being our friends. But most importantly, thank you to our families and friends who have supported us throughout these experiences. To our spouses, parents, grandparents, our children, our brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, nephews and nieces, your love has paved our way to success. Paldies manai mammai, manam mīļajam Jānim, manai ģimenei un draugiem, kas skatās Latvijā. Paldies, ka gaidiet mani mājās, un es jūs ļoti mīlu. Thank you for everything. We are Penn State.
Thank you, Ilza. It is now my honor to introduce our commencement speaker, Noreen Tama. Noreen M. Tama is General Counsel of All Sober, a public benefit technology company dedicated to expanding access to recovery resources and supporting individuals and families on the path to sober living. In this role, she advises senior leadership and the board on corporate governance, complex transactions, and strategic initiatives that advance both business goals and social impact. She began her career in Washington, D.C. at Van Ness Feldman and later served as General Counsel for ICI Corporation before spending nearly 25 years with Mobil Oil and ExxonMobil, advising on major global commercial transactions. A 1986 graduate of Penn State Dickinson Law, Noreen holds an LLM from Georgetown University Law Center and serves on Penn State Dickinson Law's Leadership Council Advisory Board. Please join me in welcoming Noreen Tama to the podium.
Thank you, Dean Conway. Provost, member of the Board of Trustees, Penn State Dickinson Law faculty, and families and friends. And to the 2026 graduating class, it is a joy to celebrate with you on this amazing spring day in this incredible and historic venue. It is truly an honor to address you. Almost exactly 40 years ago, I sat in a place similar to where you're sitting right now. I was glad to be done with book briefing, cold calling, class ranking, and I was pretty anxious about the upcoming bar exam. I couldn't wait to start my career, and like many of you, I knew I would soon be facing intense workloads in a competitive job environment, seemingly impossible client demands, and rapid technological changes. As a newly minted female lawyer in the 1980s, I also thought I had to prove I could figure out this developing concept of work-life balance and show the world that I really could be a full-time lawyer and full-time caregiver. So I understand if you are both very excited and a bit anxious today. You are joining the profession at a tumultuous time, and the things I faced seem almost like table stakes today. You are being given a lot to handle. At work, you'll be managing flexible arrangements that threaten your focus and pull you in different directions during the day. Those of you entering offices have to learn expectations and appropriate behaviors while conducting many of your interactions from behind a camera. And of course, I can't overstate the challenges, benefits, and great uncertainty that artificial intelligence is already bringing to the legal profession. And there are even bigger things for you to think about. Every day, our most respected legal commentators tell us legal norms are weakening. The rule of law is under assault. My colleagues, particularly those in criminal defense and government practice, express concern as they see courts and judges being labeled illegitimate, and they fear we are losing basic protections for the right to speak out, particularly to disagree with those in power. This may all seem alarming, and I know these worries are on your minds because I hear them every day from my own children. None of them is a lawyer yet, but they are all bright young adults with current events engaged squarely in their minds, and I can feel their concern. To offer you some reassurance, I'll tell you what I tell them. This is a time of great opportunity. You are each more powerful than you may believe. As lawyers, you'll be called upon as among the most important players in our society. We, you and I, and every lawyer in this room and beyond are the ones not just positioned, but duty-bound to openly and honestly challenge those in authority with facts and law. We have the duty to advocate, not for what is popular, but for what is right. As I stand here today, I find myself asking, what can I say that will truly encourage and inspire you when I, and others with much more wisdom than I, also feel the weight and the uncertainty of the chaotic times we are in? To answer this question, I did as we've been taught to do. I researched the precedent. Here is the best of what I found. Every crisis, small or large, is a chance for improvement. Upheaval is inherently painful and sometimes dangerous, and yet it forces us out of complacency and in turn brings clarity to what truly matters. Difficult times are a test of what we are capable of and proof of who we have chosen to be. What I saw as a common thread in these findings is not just growth in spite of adversity, but growth because of adversity. One relevant example from our history, we know that the most influential framers of the Constitution were lawyers. They understood legal systems and governance, but when they no longer could tolerate their own, they literally revolted, and in doing so, put their very lives in danger. Yet, despite their fear, they innovated and designed something new. Out of great turmoil, they created something extraordinary, and it changed the world. My own battles as a lawyer were not quite as wide-reaching. Among them, I lost my first permanent, well-paying job, which I fought to keep because even though it was incredibly demanding, I thought I did it well, and it had grown comfortable and familiar, and I didn't want to start over. I endured the uncertainty of corporate downsizing, right-sizings, layoffs, reorganizations, which meant moving to places I didn't necessarily want to live and practicing law in subject areas I didn't necessarily enjoy. And I struggled, as so many of us do, to navigate my and my family members' illnesses, deaths, divorces, and mental health crises. Life experiences like mine are common, but what I learned from them is that it is in difficult times that I've grown and improved the most. In fact, I didn't just survive, I rebuilt and flourished, and you will too. You leave Dickinson Law having mastered many things: legal doctrine, critical analysis, and the art of persuasive argument. You know how to identify issues, weigh opposing authorities, and reason toward a defensible conclusion. These skills will serve you well. Now allow me to ask you, what happens when these skills are tested and you realize even more is required? I believe two interrelated concepts help answer that question: courage and community. Let's start with courage. Lawyers must often act with what I call quiet courage, often at moments when the risk is real, but the reward is tenuous. We tend to imagine courage as boldness, fearlessness, thrilling acts taken in full view of others. When we imagine brave heroes, we often think of iconic figures like John Adams, one of our first presidents and a lawyer, who defended British officers charged in the Boston Massacre, Rosa Parks during the Montgomery bus boycott, and the infamous Tank Man during the Tiananmen Square protests. Indeed, these were great, brave heroes, and they serve as role models for us all. In real life, however, courage is rarely so theatrical. More often, it's something that we grasp at in private moments when we know what the right thing is. We also know that doing it carries a cost: professional, social, or personal. And those moments will come. They will come. And they will not arrive with clear labels for right choice, wrong choice, and they won't arrive at a convenient time. They will come when you are the junior member of the team or new to the case. They will come when you're tired or busy or unsure whether speaking up is worth the trouble. And in those moments, courage won't feel like confidence or a chance to shine. It will feel like dreadful discomfort. And this may be when you discover that the hardest decisions we make as lawyers are not about the law at all. They're about judgment and integrity. You may be asked to stay silent when silence seems easier because you're scared. What could happen if you do speak up? And then perhaps find you were misinformed or missed the point. You may be pressured to blur a line, omit a fact, tolerate injustice that makes you uneasy. These moments will not feel historic either. They will feel inconvenient, uncomfortable, irritating. But here's the point. They are the moments that will shape you the most. Making the courageous choice won't earn you applause or great performance reviews. But over time, these choices create something far more valuable than any one success. They create an internal moral compass that you can rely on and a reputation for principled leadership. Being lawyers places us in positions of asymmetrical power. We help shape outcomes that affect real lives. We speak for those who cannot. We advise those who control resources, influence, or even the freedom of others. Being in such positions is a responsibility and a privilege. It demands more than technical competence. It demands moral courage and an acknowledgement that we are granted a presumption of authority, which often means taking on personal risk. One of my biggest balancing acts as in-house counsel was walking the tightrope between assisting my clients in meeting business demands and my duty to remain an independent and trusted advisor. A few years ago, I faced the general counsel's nightmare of having a client's board of directors and its management become existentially misaligned. A failure to realign meant collapse of the corporation and massive loss of venture capital. I sat in the middle of these two parts of the whole while wrestling with the question, who is my client and who is entitled to my loyalty? I was tempted to tell myself it was just too much. Speaking up, objecting, or taking sides cost too much. Eventually, however, I realized rarely is silence a true strategy in the face of questionable conduct. Neutrality often gives others the chance to move ahead without the fear of challenge. So you might ask, if we commit to a courageous path, how can we prepare to travel it? Here are some suggestions. First, cultivate your own expertise. Courage, like confidence, thrives when it's grounded in competence. Know your craft. Master the details. Preparation gives our voices credibility when we need it most. Second, build relationships before you need them. Don't wait until the tricky issues arise or you need to call on others for help. Trust and mutual respect, earned early, creates goodwill in crisis and makes room for honest disagreement later. Third, choose your environments carefully. No institution or organization is perfect, but some reward ethical conduct more than others. Pay attention not only to what organizations say they value, but what they reward. Finally, that brings me to the second interrelated concept, the value of community. Choosing courage doesn't have to mean standing alone. In fact, courage rarely survives in an isolated pocket where the only voices we hear are our own. Building a community, on the other hand, can have an enormous influence on your ability to succeed and live with purpose. Community brings us to a place where we can collaborate. Lawyers are critical thinkers, and by testing our ideas against those of other critical thinkers, we reach conclusions that are defensible because they reflect legitimate consensus. Including well-chosen mentors in your community can also help. Mentors balance our perspective and shorten our learning curve. And being a mentor does the same in reverse. It clarifies our values, deepens our perspective, and extends our impact beyond our own work. We rise by being guided and by guiding others in turn. Finally, grow your community by participating in structured groups. Trade organizations, alumni, professional organizations, they don't just expand your professional reach, they help you see a bigger picture outside your own legal department. And of course, don't forget your peer network and non-lawyers who are also members of your network. Right now, you are moments away from receiving your law degree. Many of you will go on to extraordinary careers. Some of you will argue before appellate courts. Some will shape policy, lead organizations, or serve in public office. A number of you will use your training and skills not as practicing lawyers, but in other roles that bring real value to a wide variety of enterprises. Others will work and practice quietly, diligently, bravely, and with impact in ways that never make headlines. What will unite all of you, regardless of your specialty, is the experience of having to make difficult choices where your judgment counts as much as the facts. What you do in these moments will define you far more than titles or accolades ever will. So yes, we are living in a time of uncertainty and complexity, but we can come together, united, to show we stand for what is fair and right, especially when it is uncomfortable and when it carries risk. Now, I believe I speak for everyone on this stage, at home, and beyond when I say our community is here to support you as you move past the classroom and begin the next chapter. The world does not need perfect lawyers. It needs brave, courageous ones. And I know that today, as you transform from law students to lawyers, that is who you will be. Congratulations, Penn State, class of 2026.
Thank you, Noreen. for those wonderful remarks. We are honored to have you here today. The Penn State University Board of Trustees has final responsibility for the governance, welfare, and all other matters pertaining to the university. The Board of Trustees today is represented by Abraham Amoros, Trustee Emeritus. Abe Amoros was appointed to the Board of Trustees by Governor Tom Wolf effective October 17, 2018. He served on the board from 2018 through 2024. He earned his BA in journalism from Penn State in 1990 and an MA in governmental administration in 1997 from the University of Pennsylvania. He is the Deputy Executive Director of Operations for the Pennsylvania Municipal League and previously served as the Managing Director for the City of Reading. We are extremely pleased that he is with us today. Trustee Amoros will now authorize the conferring of degrees on behalf of Penn State's Board of Trustees. Trustee Amoros.
Thank you, Dr. Bishke. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I offer my enthusiastic congratulations to the Penn State Dickinson Law Class of 2026. Commencement is one of the most joyous duties that a Penn State trustee undertakes. I've done several of these, and let me just say this is the most joyous one yet. These ceremonies are an important reminder of why our great university is here, to begin with, to support world-class faculty and staff, and the finest students in the country as you all collaborate to achieve excellence in teaching, learning, and research. As you begin the next chapter of your lives and your legal careers, you take with you all that your Penn State experience and education has provided. Believe me, it will serve you well. To all the students graduating today as Penn State Dickinson Law alumni, you have a say in the future of the direction of the university. All Penn State alumni may participate in the nomination and election process for alumni elected members of our Board of Trustees. This is one of the many opportunities you will have throughout your lives to remain active members of this wonderful Penn State community that we all love and cherish. Please stay engaged. Now I turn my official duty to Senior Vice Provost Bishke by virtue of the authority vested in and as approved by the Board of Trustees of the Pennsylvania State University. You are authorized on behalf of the board to confer on each of these candidates the degree earned as certified by the appropriate college, faculty, and dean. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Trustee Amoros. We now turn to the conferral of degrees. We will begin with the degree of Master of Laws. Senior Vice Provost Bishke, I now recommend the Penn State Dickinson Law Class of 2026 Master of Laws candidates to you for conferral.
Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Laws please rise? Upon the recommendation of the faculty and upon the authorization of the University Board of Trustees, I hereby admit each of you to the degree of Master of Laws. Congratulations. Please be seated.
You may be seated. Thank you, Dr. Biskey. Candidates for the degree of Masters of Law, as your name is called, please come forward. Rubia Assan. Ulifime Folaka Akumu. We are pleased to have Femi's sponsor and friend, Benjamin Cox, class of 1996, join Femi on the stage. Usman Tior. Muhammad Al-Hadman. Rajashri Alaparthi. Farah Asofiara. Ilsa Ambrasa. Joel Bakeman. Fasiha Barakzai. Mirazim Erkinov. Yvonne Forley. Alicia James. Fatu M. Jawu. Apollonia Kajoka. Maelma Kalabu. Tativik Martirosayan. Fazia Monhamadi. Le Nyaun Ha Pham. Eleni Evangelista Pipos. Mahbub Hussan Sultani. Farouk Tumar. Yen Zhang.
Next, we turn to the degree of Juris Doctor. Will candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor please rise? Upon recommendation of the faculty and upon authorization from the University Board of Trustees, I hereby admit each of you to the degree of Juris Doctor. Congratulations, and please be seated.
The Juris Doctor degree program is a 3-year, 6-semester course of study through which students are taught fundamental principles of law in a wide variety of core and advanced topics, and learn to engage in legal analysis, reasoning, and problem solving, to perform legal research, to communicate effectively, orally, and in writing regarding legal matters, to recognize and resolve ethical issues, and to discharge professional responsibilities within the legal system. I will now read the name of each recipient for the degree of Juris Doctor. As you cross the stage, we will present you with a Penn State Dickinson Law diploma holder, and you will enjoy the right to wear the purple hood denoting your degree. Candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor, as your name is called, please come forward. Alina Amir. Morgan Ambrosecchia. Colin Arms. Cassandra Arroyo. George Ainai. Kamal Baines. Daniel James Barber II. Madison Kane. Valeria Castaneda. Nicole Taylor Sissenek. Nicole has also earned her degree in the Master of Business Administration. Natalie Jane Sistone. Nicole Chu. Ansel Childers. We are pleased to have Ansel's uncle, Jared Childers, class of 2008, join Ansel on stage. Peter Clark. Quinn Connolly. Daniela Cuellar. Stephen R. Del Valle. Joseph R. DiPasquale. Morgan Donati. Ryan Durkee. Crystal Eisner. Brian Emhoff. Figaro Estima. A.J. Fink. Keegan Foyles. Yvonne Garcia. James Garrett. Cameron Griffon. Skylar Madison Hancock. Wyatt Harper. Rebecca Allison Hatton. Lindsay Joy Harold. Benjamin Kamla Hill. Melissa Hiltz. Jordan Hodis. Aisha Iqbal. Noah Jameson. Michelle Kangakart. Doreen Mackenzie Kent. John R. Kenyon. Carla M. Kiefer. Elena Kuzmitsky. Aiden Levinson. Alice Liu. Jacob Essex McGuire. Kayla Marr. Aya Manalastas. Alyssa Martin. Victoria Alvarez Martinez. Catherine McCafferty. Connor McGinley. Malaika Mehta. Malaika has also earned a master's in business administration. Sonia Meimun. Colton Mitchell. Josiah Montgomery. Kelsey Montiert. Mary Murphy. Sean Murphy. Nicholas Aaron Musgrave. Marcus Myers. Martine Nyong Abo. Dina O'Donnell. Benjamin Charles Orzalek. Angela Ossaman. Morgan Page. Jacob Park. Divya Patel. Janvi Patel. Catalina Penalori. Camille Penman. Corey Pershing. We are pleased to have Corey's mother, Danny Gray, class of 2021, join Corey on the stage. Shantae Petrie. Menyon Pierre. Yasu Price. Haley Proctor. Connor Ryan. Natalia Salaveria. Leonard Sandler. Neela Ravi Saraswati. Neville Shakespeare. Severin Simonson. Kristen Slabowski. Nicholas Stackhouse. Luke Sternick. Jacqueline Severa. Enid Dorothea Swaggart. Medot te Weldemayan. Shauna Traver. Jonathan Udinsky. Paul Velk. Dominic Weiss. Shante White. Cody Wibbert. Vincent Wijaya. Christine Williams. We are pleased to have Christine's brother, John Greiner, class of 2022, join Christine on stage. Jeremy Zimmerman.
Wow. Yep, it's that time again. It is my honor to present to you the Penn State Dickinson Law class of 2026. Secretly, I'm a little jealous that I did not get a chance to be a Penn State Dickinson Law graduate. However, you all should know that I was actually adopted by the class of 1979. So today, as a fellow alumna, I am pleased to welcome you to an even larger community. Through the Penn State Dickinson Law Alumni Association, now more than 174,000 members strong. You will find chapters, interest groups, and alumni societies that help keep you connected to one another and to Penn State. As a graduation gift, you will receive a one-year membership in the Penn State Alumni Association. But now, for what you have all been waiting for. At this time, I would like to ask our graduating students to please rise. It is my pleasure to induct the class of 2026 into the Penn State Dickinson Law Alumni Society. You are joining the Penn State Alumni Association. Congratulations and welcome to the fold. You may sit. It is my honor to welcome Catalina Peñanori of the JD class of 2026. She has been selected by her classmates to deliver our closing remarks. Catalina, Argentinian by birth, was raised in Jakarta, Indonesia. She moved to the United States to attend Cornell University, where she double majored in classics and Italian. At Penn State Dickinson Law, Catalina has served as the president of the International Law Society, and as an international criminal law research assistant. She also served as the editor-in-chief of the Dickinson Law Review. If that were not enough, come September, she will serve as a prosecutor at the Manhattan District Attorney's Office in New York. Welcome, Catalina.
Good afternoon. It is an honor to be before you today. My dad always tells me that I talk too much and that I don't have the capacity to synthesize things, so let's all find out together if he's right. I have been trying to figure out a way to talk about what it has meant to be a student here, or what it has meant to have had the experiences that the class of 2026 has had. I think what has helped is to think about the stories that we've told other people. Class of 2026, we've had a lot of stories to tell. Our loved ones have probably heard many of them. Some of us have told our friends, and then Professor Konfogel asked me what footnote 5 said on page 357 of the textbook. We've complained about the bathrooms that were under construction for a third of our time here, about what it means to be a seaman. We've told them about softball games at UVA, a bat in the law review and the moot courthouse. Family, friends, and sometimes strangers have all been hearing some variation of these stories over the last 3 years. As a matter of fact, I'm sure we've all told our parents about the number of late nights we've spent at our local library, the Gingerbread Man. I'm planning to recite a few quotes throughout my speech today, and I hope you'll bear with me. John Steinbeck said in East of Eden that all great and precious things are lonely. Professor Konfogel, that'll be on page 458. That felt good. Becoming a lawyer has been great, and it has been precious, and at times, it has been lonely too. But if we've learned one thing throughout our time at law school, it's how to disagree. The truth is that our experience as the class of 2026 has always depended on other people. As students, we've all relied on each other during hard times, as we prepared for oral arguments, as we learned all 29 exceptions to the hearsay rule, and more. We've lent on professors. We've asked them to stay after class, to answer our questions, to guide us. We've relied on faculty and staff to set up events like curtilage comebacks, and on Tom, who somehow manages to set up the technology needs of every single class simultaneously. And we've been supported by siblings and families, by parents without whom we would not be here. Mamá y papá, gracias por todo. Sorry, Steinbeck. Law school has been all-consuming, difficult, and terrifying, but our stories expose that we have not been alone. Just as we've told many stories about our time here, we've had many told to us too. I actually went through and counted how many times we've used the word reasonable throughout our first year in law school alone. The word reasonable appeared in my notes 340 times. I want to talk about that a little further, as if 340 wasn't enough. For the non-lawyers in the room, class of 2026, bear with me. The reasonable person standard is frequently the legal standard by which we measure the conduct of individuals. A person is often liable when they did not act in the way a reasonable person would have under those circumstances. But it has always seemed funny to me because we trust it to be an objective benchmark, but we have all kinds of ideas of what reasonableness means to us. Some of us think that arriving on time means arriving 10 minutes early. Some of us didn't want our class sections mixed after the first semester here, and others did. But I think that as the lawyers in the room, we can agree on a few shared values: safety, security, empathy, peace, democracy. And I think we can agree that there are many unreasonable things happening across the world right now, atrocities occurring both inside and outside of the United States, to name a few. Things that always seem to be happening to others. But as we've learned from the 3 years of being here, others are not foreign, intangible entities. Our life, our ability to persevere, depends on each other, on each and every reasonable and unreasonable person. But again, the reasonable person standard is generally how we expect the ordinary citizen to behave. Class of 2026, if you didn't know, we just became lawyers. Yeah. What is to be expected of us? Albie Sachs, the first South African Constitutional Court justice, once wrote, "If law is a machine, we are the ghosts that inhabit it and give it life. We, as lawyers, give this machine life. We uphold the highest ethical standards. We have the power to alter lives, deprive liberty, and in some cases, worse. I don't have to tell you that with great power comes great responsibility. But I'll tell you that I don't think it's a requirement that a lawyer want to change the world. That part is inevitable. I'll tell you that it is our responsibility to make sure it is for the better." And so, in trying to figure out what it means to be a lawyer, what it means to be a lawyer coming from this school and during this time, I recall the third and final quote I wanted to share with you all today. After finishing our first semester of law school, I ran into Professor Groom, who I thought was about to tell me to relax and enjoy the time off. Instead, he said, it was now time to find something good to do with what we had all just achieved. And so, class of 2026, I end with an instruction that in a world filled with reasonable and unreasonable people, a world in which we will spend our careers judging, changing, and fighting for the reasonable person, be a good one. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Catalina. So, it is a tradition at Penn State commencements and many other Penn State events for people to sing the alma mater. So I'm going to deviate a bit. We're just going to listen to the music. The words to the alma mater are printed in the inside of the front cover of your program if you are so inclined. So if you are able, please rise and hum the alma mater. Dear old state.
All right, thank you. Please be seated. By command of the Dean and faculty of Penn State Dickinson Law, I hereby declare this convocation closed. We ask guests remain seated until the recessional of faculty and stage party is complete. Thank you and congratulations.